Hey, Facebook.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing? Lori Hoy here of Full Fit Life.
Vaughn Schaefer of Fresh Start Chiropractic.
And we're going to ask you to keep an open mind about today's topic. It's a little out there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Not for us.
No.
But
of course not for us, but
that's why we want to share it with you.
yes.
So.
How many of you out there are stressed? Did you know, and I'm sure you know this, but did you know that even if you exercise, that's putting a stressor on your body?
Yeah. But a good stress.
It is a good stress.
Positive stress. There is such a thing.
There is. And of course, we always think of it as a negative thing. There are obviously negative stressors in our lives, like, point right out my brain.
Work.
See, this is why this topic we have today is going to work for me.
Not enough time.
Work can be stress. Putting stress on your body because you're not eating well.
Mm-hmm.
Toxic relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of different things that can be stressors, right?
Stress comes in a lot of different ways. It can be physical, it can be emotional, and it can be chemical. So whether it's physical, like the exercise, or hurting your back, or something like that, or emotionally, like we talked about, or chemically, which is the toxins and all the junk that we put in our bodies on a regular basis.
Right. So what are some things that we can do to help relieve that stress?
One of the biggest things that I really truly believe in is meditation. If everybody thinks, when you think meditation, you think like a monk on top of a hill.
You think, and that's what everybody does think. They think you have to sit with your legs crossed in this funky wave pretzel that I still can't do. Is even with all the exercise I do, there's still some flexibility I don't have, partly due to my age, and I haven't been practicing that flexibility stuff all my life.
Right.
And it's not about that.
No.
I mean, it can be if you want it to be, but it's not.
Yeah. Think about it. How much, as soon as we get up every day, we are on the go. Our brain just goes. Some people can't even sleep at night because their brain is just functioning all night long and can't shut off. And we never give our brain a break. And we live mostly in our left brain, which is our logic brain, which is, thinking everything that we have to do throughout the day. And it's our brain that just tells us the practical things of everyday life. Mm-hmm. We need to sometimes silence that part of our brain and wake up the right side of our brain and in between our conscious and our subconscious and make that alive and work. And that's how you it's quieting your mind, basically, shutting it down. And
it's not easy.
No.
And it's not easy. And I know when I first started meditating, and I still don't meditate for it, I still haven't learned yet how to meditate for an extended period of time. I know there's people that can do it for a long period of time, but I'm still doing like chunks of 10 minutes for me, and that works for me. So just real quickly, and then I'll let Dr. Fawn continue with the medical side of it. But for me, the first thing I do when I get up in the morning is meditate for 10 minutes. And I'm not saying, I'm not chanting, I'm not doing any of those kind of things, but I'll talk to you about the app that I use. And then right before I go to bed, like right as I'm in bed, I will listen to sleep meditation. And even though I might not be getting enough hours of sleep, I still get a better restful night when I do that. And it's really weird because I know I'm not getting enough rest. But when I don't meditate, it's horrible. It's worse. Mm-hmm. So anyway, let's talk about more of the medical side of it.
Really, medically, there are actual studies that show the people that medicate.
No, we're not going to use medication to sleep.
People that meditate on a regular basis, it actually literally changes. They've done MRIs and they've shown it changes the makeup of your brain. So it can actually decrease stress, and it can physically decrease the inflammatory response that we have to stress, because again, we talk about inflammation all the time. Mm-hmm. So inflammation in your body is the root of all disease. Mm-hmm. So if you can take 10 minutes a day, it doesn't have to be long, and get into that other state of mind and bring down your stress response, it's so healthy for you, and it helps you to focus better, gives you better memory, gives you better attention and energy. They actually say 20 minutes, the study was 20 minutes. A 20-minute meditation is equal to an hour and a half nap. Only you don't wake up feeling groggy. You wake up feeling, or you get up from your meditation feeling energized and ready to go. Mm-hmm. So there's so many different studies out there that are really showing that meditation is something that we should all be practicing with our crazy, nuts, hectic lives. Yeah, go ahead.
And I know for me, I mean, like when I first started, my sister actually introduced meditation to me, and she showed me a couple different things and offered, you know, some apps that she used, and I had to find something that worked for me. It wasn't, you know, everybody, again, like anything else, like even like exercise, you have to find something that you like and you know that you'll continue. So there was a meditation that she listened to, and I just had to set her down, and I'm like, yeah, I can't do this. I can't do this person's voice. And I do a guided meditation where the person is telling me what to do, how to like scan my body and relax different parts of your body as you go through it. And that really helps me for someone to guide me through the process. If I just wanted to sit down and try to be quiet and quiet my mind for 10 minutes, I know it won't happen. I need really somebody to, you know, that drill sergeant in my mind saying you need to do this, this, and this. And I know right now that I've done it for, I would say, 4 months. I've been doing this, try to do it in the morning, at night, consistently. And when I don't, I instantly feel the difference of my day. I really do. And then there's been times in the middle of my day, like in my lunch break, that I might have to just shut my door in my classroom and turn on the app and just de-stress a little bit. So
yeah, she's right. Like I have been doing it for a couple years now because a lot of my chiropractic mentors, that's they're very adamant on how you start your day. The first thing you do in the day, the first thought you have in your day, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But that is how you set the tone for your day. And if I don't, I do it right after I exercise. I have this convenient little salt room that I go into, and I do my little thing in there. It's very calming. But you don't have to do it somewhere special. You can do it on your couch. Yeah. But when I notice a difference. If something happens in my morning and I don't get my 10 minutes, I can just, I know my day is set for craziness.
I know, and it's like really amazing to me how different that is. I mean, I guess I could say I didn't believe in it until I tried it.
Right.
I mean, just like anything.
And it takes practice. I mean, I didn't just sit down the first day and know what I was doing. She's right. I started with guided meditations too, because it tells you what to do. Now I have some others that are just more calming music, and I can do it in my head because I know what to do. But there's nothing wrong with a guided meditation. They tell you, you know, you breathe in, you relax things, and then you stop thinking about the outside world, and you just really notice your own body.
And the biggest thing that I noticed is that because a part of the meditation process is learning how to breathe, and I realized I really wasn't breathing well. Like I was always holding my breath, not necessarily waiting for the shoe to drop kind of, you know, analogy, but I wasn't taking those cleansing breaths in a moment's time when you absolutely need it. When you are stressed, just to stop for, even if it's for 30 seconds, and take 5 deep breaths and exhale. And so through that process, I realized I wasn't even doing that. That I was, in times of when a stressor came at me, I was holding my breath. And it just makes a difference to know, okay, I just need to breathe. I mean, it's really a truly simple thing to do. So you can start out even there, you know, and then work your way up to something more advanced later
on.
I
think there's actually an app that I actually had a patient that came in, and it was on her watch telling her to breathe. Like it reminded her every once in a while.
The app I use, there's an actually just for breathing, and there's like 4 different cycles of ways of. That didn't make sense. 4 different cycles, but it's a different way of breathing each time, and you watch it, and it'll just take you through that process, you know. Yeah. And it really works.
It really, because you know, most of us when we're breathing, we breathe from our chest. We just kind of breathe in and out. But real true breathing comes from our diaphragm, and we breathe in. You can breathe so much better and deeper when you open your shoulders and you breathe, and that's giving you more oxygen, which is giving you more energy. So and getting rid of the bad stuff.
The fuzzies. Now I know one thing that when I started, and I think a lot of people think when you first start that you're doing it wrong, is when you sit down and for 10 minutes or lay down or whatever comfortable, because I just get comfortable. It doesn't matter what position I'm in, I just get comfortable. And one of the things they call it is monkey mind, where you're thinking of like 1,000 different things. And when I first started, that's me. And I still tend to do it on occasion. But I always, because I did the guided meditation, she taught me how to say, okay, it's okay if your mind wanders, but just remember to breathe. and that will it would always bring me back. So it's really a simple process. It's just something you have to make it as a habit. Just like eating well and exercising or whatever other habits you have out there that are good habits for you.
And it's 10 minutes a day. I mean, that's all it really takes. You can do it longer. You can do it half an hour, an hour if you have that kind of time.
And I haven't done a lot of research, but I did hear, I was listening to a podcast not too long ago about moving meditation, where they actually put the information on, listening to your, an iPod or your phone or whatever with earbuds, and you're actually walking maybe through like the woods or a pathway where it's just quiet, and it's an interesting, I have to do a little more research on it though, but I thought it was just pretty interesting. So it's not just sitting still but having that 10 minutes of time to yourself. It might even be in the bathtub. So.
Yeah, just letting your brain shut off for a minute and just relax and not think about the 100 different things.
Yeah, because life is so crazy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But then, so the other thing that I think we both do is something called affirmations. And I'm sure you've all heard of this too, and you probably all think, oh yeah, that's that hippie guru stuff. I don't know.
Or Saturday Night Live, the one skit about the affirmations where Stuart Smalley would look at himself in the mirror and say, I can't even remember it now, but it was just too funny. So, Google it. You can Google it.
I have no idea.
Saturday Night Live, yeah. He would look at himself in the mirror and he'd say, oh, I can't even say it. I don't remember.
But we've all...
Gosh darn it, everybody likes me or something. It was just hysterical.
Well, I'm sure, speaking of what you've probably seen, there's that one, there's a couple of videos on the internet of I think, a dad holding his daughter in front of the mirror saying, I am beautiful, I am smart. That's not crazy. That's awesome that he's teaching his kid to do that. And that's, again, first thing in the morning, first positive thought, and you want your first thought in your head to be positive, so it sets your tone for the day. You should see my bathroom mirror. Like, I tell people that have to use my restroom upstairs that, don't mind the crazy stuff on the mirror. I have affirmations everywhere, positive words. Awesome. They're in bright colors. I see them every day. I have them memorized. I say them in the shower. My first one is, I am happy, healthy, and healing. And that is just my very first affirmation of the day. There's a whole list of them. I'll spare you the 10 minutes it takes me to do them. But the more, again, it's that conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Your mind will learn to listen to what you say to it when you tell it more often. So the more positive things you put in, the more you're actually going to start to feel that stuff, and it's going to come out. And I think that really sets the tone for the day as well.
Yeah, because I think naturally we tend to go towards the negative because we have learned over I don't even think it's a learned thing. Is when a stressor comes at us, we're instantly there to protect ourselves, and our body's there to protect ourselves. But we have to tell ourselves, we're not in danger. It's not that way back when we had to fight for our lives. We don't have that. But as stress comes at us, our body reacts the same way. So instead of thinking negatively, which we tend to do very easily, we have to train our brain, just like you have to train muscles or whatever, to think in a positive manner. And then it's like that self-fulfilling prophecy. I mean, that's the research I've done for teaching as well. But if you tell yourself that you're going to be in a bad mood, guess what? You're going to be in a bad mood. But if you tell yourself you're excited about your day is going to go better. And I just was actually telling Dr. Fawn this on Monday morning. Sometimes I like Mondays because it's a fresh start of a week. But there's the other thing of Monday. It's Monday. It's the start of a week. And it's, you're going through that whole process again. And I said, instead of me thinking, oh man, it's Monday again, and I'm going to go through this, that, and the other thing, I got up that morning and I said, I'm really excited about my day. And I had a great day. And it was as simple as that. And it worked. And now, Tuesday was a different story, but I didn't say my daily, I'm going to have a great day, or whatever my affirmation was for the day.
And
go
And
ahead.
when you do say affirmations, make sure you're putting them in the present tense. You don't want to say, I am going to... lose weight someday, or you say, I am healthy, I am fit, and you put it in the present tense because that's how you get to that state. You don't put it in the future because then you'll never reach it. So you just want to make it a present tense thing. I am something. I am whatever you want to be.
I am statement. Yeah.
Yes, I am statements. And going back to the negative talk, if you actually stop and think every day about all the negative things you say to yourself in a day's time, like say you're eating dinner and you drop your fork. There's some kind of thing in your head that goes, oh, you idiot, you just dropped your fork. all you did was drop a fork. It's not like you have to, but you berate yourself over stupid things that don't even matter. So, if you, what was it, Mel Robbins? Somebody that said could go one day without complaining.
It was Mel Robbins. It was a 24-hour challenge. And Mel Robbins is the author of the 5-Second Rule, which I've referenced before on our Wellness Wednesday episodes. And and I tried it once, and it was even not even thinking something in complaint, and it was really challenging. If you even think that you're not someone who complains often, try to tell yourself you're not going to complain for 24 hours about anything. About the dog making a mess on the floor, or about your husband not picking up his socks, or
anything,
or whatever.
The weather, it's raining today,
and thinking it. I mean, it's one thing to say it out loud, but even to stop yourself from thinking that. And it was an interesting day, and and it was an exercise where when you caught yourself starting to complain, that you change the wording around in your brain to come out with something positive.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. So I challenge everybody to try it. It was an interesting exercise because, like I said, I don't necessarily think that in every aspect of my life, I'm not perfect, but that I complain a lot. But when I did that challenge, I realized, maybe I do complain a little bit more than I thought I did. And it was just a whole self-awareness thing for me.
Yeah. And like we talked about, stress is so hard on your body. So if there's any little things like these things that you can do to decrease the stress in your life, why wouldn't you at least try them? They're not huge things. It doesn't take much. You don't have to have the huge list that I have of affirmations. Put 2 on your bathroom mirror and just say them every day to yourself. And you'd be amazed how much your day changes just by doing it. Because once you get in the routine, if you don't do it, then you'll know. You'll be like,
yeah.
So
now, like over the past, and I think I said 4 months. I think it's been 4 months that I started doing the morning and the evening meditation. I've only missed like 3 or 4 days. So if I look over that period of time, I can probably, if I go back, because my app it records all that data for me. So if I go back and look at those dates, I could probably go, oh yeah, I remember what happened that day because I didn't do my meditation.
Right.
I mean, obviously there are things that in life that you can't control, but what you can control is how you react to them. And if you have this toolbox of meditation in your back pocket, it can help you get through some really stressful situations that you can't help or avoid.
Speaking of that, my meditations are on my iPod. I bought them. They're like an audio type thing. But I know you said you use an app.
I use an app called Calm, and my sister introduced me to it. And there's all different kinds of meditation on there. There's some for sleep, for anxiety, for stress. Some are 7 days. It's a 7-day study. There's one, I think it was a 21-day. Or there's ones like they just bring up. I do the daily meditation that comes up every day. So there's a different topic. And if you follow me for any length of time, every once in a while there'll be a quote that comes across the meditation, and I'll share that. They'll have a visual with it, and then the quote will be on it, like the one I posted to let you know that we were having Wellness Wednesday today. And that will come across, and it will be something that I love to see, and so I'll share it. And so that for me has been helpful. I've also done Oprah and Deepak Chopra's. They have a free 21-day. There's one coming up actually at the end of October. I think it starts October 30th, if I'm not mistaken. It's 3 weeks. It's totally free. You just go to their site. And I'll put when I get home after I post the video, I'll put the link for that particular meditation. It's 21 days, totally free. They email it to you. It's online. You can listen to it. You can download the app on your phone, and you can listen to it anytime you want.
Yeah. Why not start now?
I think that one's a little longer. I want to say it's maybe some of them may be as long as 20 minutes, but I'm not positive. But the actual meditation time isn't. Like Oprah talks for a little while. And then Deepak will come on and he'll say some things, and then he'll lead you through the meditation. And I love listening to his voice. And so you really do have to find something that resonates with you as far as meditation is concerned. Because like the one person, I just couldn't.
So if you try the first one, don't give up. Just keep looking because there's a billion of them out there.
Yeah. And if you sit down and try it for the first time and you can't concentrate for 10 minutes, don't give up and say, I'm not going to do it the next day. You have to really keep doing it. Day after day. Even if you think you failed at it, the next day you'll know what you need to do better.
Right. Exactly.
Like put the dog somewhere else. So that's why I do mine immediately when I get up in the morning, because if I don't, I have animals that will not let me alone when I try to meditate. So, but anyway, yeah, the Calm app is, there are free parts to it, but I ended up buying it. I want to say it was either $2.99 or $4.99. I can't remember. It really wasn't a lot, and actually it's given me more than that's more priceless to me than that. But you can buy CDs, I'm sure.
Yeah, there were. I don't even remember where I got mine. They've been on there.
I think you can even go onto YouTube and probably search meditation,
right? I'm sure.
Music or whatever, and it's there, or even Pandora, any of that stuff. But if you want guided meditation, you want someone to help you through the process to teach you how to do it, then you have to search for guided meditations.
Right. And Google affirmations too, if you can't think of what you want to say, but keep them simple at first, and then but just start your day off right.
I am worthy of love.
I love it.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, thank you for tuning in. I see a couple of you. I don't see any comments that were made. So Laura and Shelly, and I think I saw Michelle and my Aunt Sandy popped in there for a little bit. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you think this video could help anyone, please don't hesitate to give it a share. I'll post it also on Dr. Fawn's Fresh... I always do that.
I am
Fresh Start. I don't want to say Fresh Life. Sorry.
That's a different place.
Different place. It's all good. Fresh Start Chiropractic page as well. But please feel free to pass it on to anyone that you think might find some value in this. All right?
Absolutely. Or ask us questions if you have
Oh, absolutely. And you have something special happening tonight, so don't forget to give that a nice little
Tonight
tout.
is my last Whole30 intro group before the New Year, so I'll be hosting that at the McElhatton Fire Hall at 6:30 this evening, and pretty much anybody can come. I asked for RSVPs, but at this point, the more the merrier. I'm ready for you. So, but if you're interested to find out how to decrease some of the crap that you're eating and make yourself feel better and decrease the inflammation. That's what the Whole30 is all about, and I know Lori's talked about it before. Yeah. So one more for this year, and then I'll be hosting a lot more in January. So.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next Wednesday for our next topic. I wonder what it could be.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Oh, if you have any ideas, anything you want us to talk about, please send us a message, or you can even put in the comments of the video, and we'll put it on our list.
Yep.
We've got a list.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, thank you so much.
Have a good one. Soon. See ya.
Bye.